Some houses are built on land, others are built over forgotten memories. When I was 23, my parents finally bought a small two-story house along Dimasalang Road in Manila. It wasn't expensive. That should have been my first warning. The previous owner had sold it within months of moving in. According to the real estate agent, the family simply relocated for work. The neighbors never agreed with that explanation. Every time they saw us unpacking furniture, they looked at the house with pity instead of curiosity. One elderly woman quietly said, "Keep your bedroom lights on for the first few nights." Before I could ask why, she walked away. Our first week passed peacefully. The neighborhood was quiet. The house was comfortable. Nothing seemed unusual. Then came the 8th night. I woke just before 3 in the morning. The room felt strangely cold. Not air conditioner cold. The kind of cold that settles deep into your bones. I reached for my phone. No signal. No battery. It had been fully charged before I went to sleep. Then I heard it. Footsteps. Slow, bare feet crossing the hallway. Step, step, step. I assumed my mother had gone to the kitchen, but the footsteps stopped outside my bedroom. Someone stood behind the door. Without thinking, I called out, "Mom!" Silence. A few seconds later, 3 soft knocks echoed through the wood. Knock, knock, knock. I opened the door immediately. The hallway was empty. Every bedroom remained closed. Everyone else was asleep. The following evening, I mentioned it during dinner. My father laughed. It was probably the pipes. My younger sister wasn't smiling. She quietly admitted she had also heard footsteps, almost every night. She simply never told anyone because she thought nobody would believe her. That was the first time we realized we weren't imagining things. Days later, strange events became routine. The bathroom light turned on by itself. Cabinet doors slowly opened during the night. Our family dog refused to climb the 2nd floor. Instead, he would stare upward and growl at nothing. Sometimes he whimpered as though someone invisible had walked past him. One Saturday afternoon, while cleaning the storage room beneath the stairs, I found an old framed photograph buried inside a dusty box. It showed a smiling family standing in front of the same house. The picture looked decades old. 5 people smiled toward the camera, except one. Standing near the staircase was a young woman wearing a pale dress. Unlike everyone else, she wasn't looking at the camera. She was staring directly at whoever held the photograph. Someone had scratched her face until it almost disappeared. That night, curiosity got the better of me. I searched online for the address. After hours of digging through old newspaper archives, I found a brief article from the early 1980s. A young woman had vanished from that property without a trace. No body was ever recovered. The investigation ended with no answers. Most people eventually forgot, except the neighbors. The disturbances grew stronger after that. Every mirror inside the house fogged over at exactly 3:13 a.m. Words slowly appeared across the glass. "Help me." Before anyone could photograph them, the letters vanished. My mother began placing small crosses near every doorway. My father invited a priest to bless the house. For several days, everything returned to normal. We believed the nightmare was finally over. We were wrong. One rainy evening, I woke to the sound of humming. A soft lullaby drifted down the hallway. It sounded gentle, almost comforting. I followed the voice to the living room. Moonlight spilled through the windows. There, standing beside the staircase, was the woman from the photograph. Her white dress swayed gently, although the air was still. Her long black hair covered half her face. She never blinked. She simply raised one hand and pointed toward the wall beneath the stairs. Then she disappeared. No scream, no shadow, just gone. The next morning, we hired workers to inspect the area beneath the staircase. Behind a thin layer of concrete, they discovered a hidden compartment. Inside was an old metal box. It contained faded letters, a silver necklace, and a diary wrapped in plastic. The diary belonged to the missing woman. Its final pages revealed she had planned to expose someone who had stolen money from their family business. She disappeared before she could. The case had never been solved. Her belongings were returned to her surviving relatives. A memorial service was held in her honor. For the first time in decades, her name was spoken publicly again. After that day, the footsteps stopped. The knocks never returned. Even our dog finally walked upstairs without fear. Today, the house remains standing on Dimasalang Road. New families have moved into neighboring homes. Children ride bicycles through the quiet streets. Life continues as though nothing ever happened. But every now and then, visitors ask why fresh white flowers are always placed beneath the staircase. Only our family knows. Some ghosts are not searching for revenge. Some are simply waiting for someone to finally hear their story.